calling me, right? He ended up calling me the next day, like at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, yeah, we can get you approved for this car. I said, oh, bro, y'all was playing the game with me. I just bought I bought the Mercedes down the street because y'all was playing. He says, what? I said, yeah, I bought the Mercedes down the street because I said I want to do this deal, and y'all act like y'all couldn't make it happen. Like I don't wait at a dealership for hours expecting to get approved. I know how strong my credit is. I know what I can afford. I know what I can buy, and I shouldn't have to prove it to you based off what my credit says. The fact that I gave you access to my credit, you should be like, like I'm just not handing you my credit that's 8 something, and you see everything that I own on there. You see all my past history of payoffs and car payoffs and house payoffs and all this stuff, and you not looking at it and saying, okay, we got a real deal. Like, banks, I shouldn't have a problem with getting approved for a bank loan. He prejudged it. Maybe it looked too good to be true. Maybe he was looking like, oh, let's Google him or something, because maybe I come off a little wrong, because I came in there, I was like, hey man, I'm trying to buy that right there. I was real quick about it, like, okay, I want that. Okay, and they was telling me like rates and stuff like that, and I'm like, well, I know what the rate should be. I already looked it up. OCCU at this point, I think the rates back then were like 4.25. I'm like, it should be like 4.25 as long as our loan to value is under 120%. I'm breaking it down to them, like, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'll put $30,000 down. Okay, no big deal. Okay, I'll do this over here. Okay, cool. It just, maybe they looked at me and like, maybe it wasn't normal. Maybe people are struggling at that point that he was looking for a fight, that it wasn't one there. I didn't have to test drive it. I mean, it's a Porsche. Should drive like a Porsche. If it don't drive good, maybe the Porsche name needs to be changed. I ain't never heard somebody say, oh, the Porsche drives horrible, But I've read all the reviews, watched all the videos. It should be easy. Run me the keys. It got 2 keys, right? It got the manual, right? The miles, I think because it was on special, it had like 230 miles on the car. The little special that maybe the manager drove it or something like that. Maybe that. So I knew how many miles were on it. It wasn't registered to nobody. It should be good, right? I walked around the car. It was like 10 or like a cream color looking. It's a Porsche. I was thinking about what color I was going to wrap it. But I mean, that's the power of having credit and knowing what you're capable of and what you can do. And that's real money. That's real wealth. Real wealth is saying, I can do whatever I want to do. I can do whatever I want to do when I want to do it because I want to do it. Real wealth. Hey, I want to take the month off. Real wealth. I want to go buy this house. Real wealth. I want to buy this car. Real wealth. Hey, I don't want to live here anymore. I want to live somewhere else. Real wealth. And when you get to that point, that's when you know things is clicking in your life. And you get there by having good credit and by knowing what you can do. Period. Now, second thing is sales. Most people don't realize that sales is when someone knows something that you don't know. When someone knows something that you don't know and they're able to sell it to you for a profit, that's all sales is. 1000%. That they can get it for less and sell it to you for more. So when you start knowing on both sides of the fields of a sales transaction, and then you start telling them what you're going to allow them to make as a profit, that's real strength, that's real power, that's real wealth. Saying, hey, I know you bought the car for this. I'll give you this if you let me have the car for this. And they don't tell you, you tell them. That's real power too. Real power and wealth. Hey, you bought this house for $200,000. I'll give you $225 because the market over the last couple years have went up 5%. I'll give you that 5%, but I'm not paying over $225. I refuse to pay over $225. Do you want to take the deal or not? Knowing what things cost, knowing what they bought it for, and then even doing the research to tell them, hey, well, if you bought it 2 years ago, you probably got a rate at, 4%. And if you paid the minimum payment, including insurance, you probably paid right around, let's say 2,100 times 12. Like, you start doing math like that and you could tell them almost their payoff amount. That's real power. That's real wealth. And then you tell them, after you pay for all your fees and closing and taxes and all that, this is your take home. Sometimes we don't understand that. You got to be that on top of these transactions and these deals to actually make this money. That's real wealth. That's real power. Telling people what they're capable of and what you're capable of. And if they sign up to you, great. And if they don't sign up to you, no worries. I can go somewhere else and do it again. Go anywhere. So